What's up everyone, this is No Tooth Disc Golf here. I didn't get to film an intro for my back nine for my home course practice round at Black Locust, Kensington. So this is it. If you guys are seeing this video, liking, subscribing, and watching the video will help me so much, so thank you.
My snack on hole 10 is going to be a fig bar, raspberry flavored. Love these. Super compact. Very good. You can usually eat them in a couple bites, and they give you just what you need to get yourself through the rest of the round. So good. Hole 10. It's 334. Now, you're going to want to push straight for the majority of the fairway and the shot itself. I'm going to be going cap wrap on a backhand, just try to make sure to throw it nice and flat, get that full flight out of it, and hopefully get the stable skip. Now, there are a lot of rocks on the hill, so you kind of just have to take whatever skip it gives you. That is not what you're looking for. Somehow managed to go through this gap right here. This gap. And we should be having a look of some sort for our par. And it wasn't stable enough. So sometimes you just got to chip out for the 4. Let's give ourselves a nice easy 4 putt so we don't have to stress about it any more than that. Paul is putting a ton of work in today on the putting green. We got hole 11, it's 505. It's going to be another kind of S-shaped hole where you're going to want to backhand to the fairway and then just play for a chip shot for a 3. All right, I'm going to be throwing a Nuco S. Just going to try and punch through that gap, get up there for a birdie look. It will play from there. So I want to aim right here or land around in that area. Now I actually am going to be going a forehand. So this shot's actually going to go to the left of me and then fade back. I'm going to make sure to get out of the way though. That should be pretty good. It should be right up there. Maybe a little long, but we can make a putt from there for birdie. Mr. Hammis gets some of the work today. Nice little birdie. You love to get one of those. On to the next. We got 420, hole 12. Now, if you can see it, there's that big pine tree down the fairway, and then there's a bigger tree right before it. You want to stay right of that. Honestly, I'm going to try and turn something, let it glide a little to the right. I'm going to be throwing the vulture, and then have it fade back, hopefully give myself a putt. Now, I turned it over a little too much, but I will have a nice easy 3 from there, so no sweat. Another one of those holes where you just love to see it. It was a little cloudy earlier, but look at that big blue sky. Nice little disc golf basket right there. You love to see it. Oh, good bid, good bid. All right, Paul should be able to ring us up for the cleanup on the 3. I don't know if you guys saw these on Ledgestone, but I was able to get a misprint. Love this disc, man. ESP Luna. Just started putting with it. Love it. Hole 13, 345. It's relatively straight. This tee pad is actually offline with the basket. The basket's more so if you were to go straight in a line off this corner of the tee pad. There's a guardian tree up front. I'm going to be throwing a nice flat and straight forehand, just try and give myself the best chance to get a 2 here. Now that looks pretty good, just got to dodge the trees. I actually got a fortunate tree kick, and now hopefully we're right next to the pin. Now, I must have gotten really close, but we're right next to the basket. We got to feed the driver. It's always good to get a 2 on this hole. That was a booth camera job. Hole 14, 360. It's going to be pretty much just over this crest of the hill. It'll be slightly on the right once you get down the fairway. I'm just going to throw a nice little Anheuser forehand. Barring it doesn't hit a tree and it stables out. Yep, probably saw it right at the end of the frame. It should be a putt. Gonna let Paul hopefully clean this up for 2. So it was nice to get 2 birdies in a row. I think that puts us at 1 or 2 down, which, considering the beginning of the round, very good finishing point. Hole 15, 305. Big dog leg left. I'm actually going to be throwing a Buzz OS, which this is a flippier Buzz OS on a forehand, and I'm going to see if I can just push the angle and get down there for a putt. Let's see what we can do though. Just got to make sure to give it enough angle. You know, I'm not mad at that. I was able to hit the gap, hit the angle. Now we should be rewarded with about 60 to 70 footer, maybe. Now, I don't know what colors you guys use. I usually try to stick to bright colors. Orange I avoid. Pink, not always the worst color if you can get the right shade of it. But let me know in the comments what color discs you guys use when the fall season comes out. I would say we probably got about a 50 footer downhill. I'm gonna try and hit a nice little step putt. See if Paul can bring us a turkey here. Too much. That's okay though. We'll make that for a par. 15 footer, maybe. I'm gonna try and just make sure to push it right into the heart of the chains. It's not always what you're looking for, but hey, if it goes in, it goes in. How could we be mad? Hole 16, 343, just a very straight shot. You're gonna wanna have something that really pushes straight on a backhand with a very small amount of fade at the end. This hole has a great low ceiling, super fun shot at any time of the year. Just gotta make sure to hit the gap. That is not what we did. This is actually right over here somewhere. I should have a lean out forehand of some kind. Hit a tree, but we still have a putt. Gotta drill it. Now you guys might not have been able to see this, but I actually had to throw through this gap right here. This gap on a forehand. I hit that tree right there. Focus, focus, focus. Right there. And now I'm right there, so we gotta drill putt. Give ourselves about another 20 footer. Just gonna try and get up and down for the par and get on to hole 17. Gave it the juice. Hole 17, 558. It's gonna be a huge dog leg right. You're gonna wanna play to the corner, or at least if you can get farther, you wanna play farther and then play your upshot. Yeah, just what we're looking for. I probably have somewhere in the neighborhood of probably 170, maybe 150 away. So I have a nice little easy chip shot, hopefully. Ring it, sit. Oh, great tree kick. Much as Adam does me great. Cleanup time. Nice little 3. Hole 17 and 18, I honestly think are great. They're 2 great par 4s that you can put next to each other, because if you are throwing a backhand on both, it's 2 different shot shapes. If you're throwing a forehand on that hole, you have to come and pipe a backhand gap on this hole most of the time, depending on your shot. If you're a righty, you're probably going to be throwing a righty backhand here. But hole 18, 634, huge dogleg left. You're going to actually go over the crest of the hill. It's going to go downhill, and then eventually, once you go downhill a little bit, you'll go through 2 little alleyways, and then the basket will be up on a hill, which it actually drops off behind the basket, so you really got to place your second shot. I like this hole because it's a very important 2-shot hole to end your round. You want to make sure you're just finishing good. So yeah, we just got to try and throw something nice and flat and hit the gap. Now it's a little too stable, but that should be a-okay. I should be on that inside gap. I might have a skip shot, maybe even a forehand roller, which I love throwing forehand rollers pretty much anywhere on this hole, assuming it allows me to. Now, as you see, we're getting over the bend of the hill, which this pine tree right here actually plays as a great catcher for discs if you go too far right from the longs and the shorts. So you really got to prioritize hitting this wide gap right here, which it is pretty tight, but assuming you are able to hit it with speed and accuracy, you should be able to give yourself a pretty good look. So now, as I walk to the right, you'll see that there's actually this inside gap right here. But if you push farther, there's actually a wide open gap on this right side that you'll be able to get up to the basket too. So there's two ways to access. Extremely fortunate not to hit any of these trees back here. And now I'm rewarded, since I hit it with accuracy and speed on this inside gap, I'm now rewarded with a nice little chip shot, or maybe even a skip shot of some sort up to the green. It is going to be one of the last shots of the video, so why not go for the fun one? I think we're going to go nice and easy skip shot with my more stable cap wrap. Just got to make sure to hit the right part of the ground. Make sure to avoid this root here. This might be more risky in a tournament, but sometimes you just got to make this play because it's using the slope to your advantage. And as long as we don't get a roll away of any sort, we should have a nice little look for a 3. It was a very nice skip shot, but you know we got to go for the Paul cleanup. Helped us out all day. Nice little 3 to end the round.